So today, guys, we're going to talk about my top 8 reasons why you may want to rethink raising ducks on your farm or homestead or even your backyard. Hey guys, Chad here, and welcome to the Hidden Spring Farm. We've been raising khaki Campbell ducks here on the farm for the past 3 years, and we really enjoy raising the ducks. Don't let this video think that we don't like having ducks on the farm, because we do. They serve a great purpose, and we're proud to raise these ducks. But there are a few things that you kind of need to be thinking about when considering raising ducks or not, because they're much different from chickens. But I've narrowed down all the negatives about having ducks into my top 8. So here we go. Number 1 is probably the most obvious reason why you may not want to have ducks, and that's that they're messy. Ducks make a mess of their water, they make a mess of their food, they poop everywhere. There's definitely like a general 10-foot radius, which I call the splash radius, around the ducks' water bins that will get nasty. No matter how you cut it, it will get nasty. It will get stinky. They'll dirty up the water in seconds. When they eat their food, they also guzzle down water, and the food gets in the water, and that creates a stanky mess. And you don't want no stanky mess, believe me. Number 2 is that they can be a little bit loud. The drakes are always grunting. The hens are always quacking. They're like little alarms whenever they see a mouse or a chipmunk or a squirrel. They just panic and they start quacking really loud. And I mean, sometimes it's a sign of them being friendly and happy and content, and sometimes it's a sign of them being scared for something. But you got to be prepared that they can definitely be a little bit noisy. 3 is that they eat a lot of feed. They're a little bit more of an aggressive eater, and they like to waste their food, meaning they basically will chomp on the food and go for the water because they don't really have esophageal muscles to swallow the food. So they gotta like and get the water flushed down to get the food down, you know. Chickens will always go back and get the food that they've dropped on the ground, but ducks will not. Number 4 is that they're very skittish. And what I mean like skittish, like they're very sketchy, they're very flighty, like they're scared of everything. I'll give you an example. I'm gonna try to get closer and sneak up on the ducks without the geese attacking me. But I'll try to get closer to these ducks. See how they're just all running away from me? See? Look at them. The thing about them being so scared and flighty is that I hatched these guys. I raised them. I handled them with my own hands every single day. And they still treat me like I'm a mysterious axe murderer who's coming to get them. You know, like they're so scared of everything, even me. My 5th reason is water, meaning the amount of water that you need, the amount of ice that you need to break up if you're in a cold climate, because the ducks still need their water every day. I have 1, 2, 3 of these hard plastic water bins, and I have a kiddie pool. Mind you, we also have a few geese out here. This is the first filling today. You can see that the water is already nasty and they're half full. So after a couple more hours, they're gonna need a topping up of water. And of course, it all depends on how many ducks you actually have. We have 21 ducks here at the farm, so they go through a good amount of water. If somebody was to just have, you know, 1 or 2 ducks in their backyard, obviously it would be a lot less water, a lot less noise, a lot less poop, and a lot less mess. But it's all relative. Ducks don't put themselves to bed. You know, when it's time to get them back into their coop at the end of the night, you actually have to go around and corral them and herd them and guide them back into the coop. Unlike chickens, they somewhat will go in when the sun starts to go down, you know, and then you can have an automatic door, and that works fairly well, and they want to roost at night. But that's not what happens with ducks. Ducks will just stay out all night long. So every single morning I get the ducks rumbling and I get them marching out into the orchard, and then every single evening I gotta corral the ducks and try to get them to go to bed. And it's a decent enough system, but it may not be for everyone. Another thing with these ducks is that they're a lot harder to harvest, and I'm speaking specifically about raising them for meat. We do both here. This particular flock here is our laying flock just for eggs, but we also raise a lot of ducks during the summer for meat, both for our 2 dogs and for our own consumption, although we eat a lot more chicken. But duck meat is very nice when it's fresh and done correctly. The defeathering process is very difficult. Some people use a wax dip to give a wax coating to the feathers, and then a heat dip so that you can easily pluck the feathers. But even once you've plucked the feathers, it's still difficult to butcher. There's a lot of bones. So basically, harvesting a duck for meat is gonna take a lot more time and patience than harvesting a chicken for meat. These 4 beautiful white feathered friends right here are our guard geese, and their job is to protect the ducks from small predators and aerial predation. We have not lost a duck since having these guard geese. No hawks have taken a duck, no animal has taken a duck, so it's a system that works. And the last reason why you may not want to have ducks is about the eggs. Now the eggs are bigger, they're richer, they have a little bit of a wild, maybe like an earthy taste to them, like a gamey taste, and they're not for everyone, and there's a whole lot of people that don't like the taste of duck eggs, hence why, all through Canada, United States, all the Western world, we always go with the chicken eggs, right? Now the thing with ducks is that they don't lay their eggs necessarily in nesting boxes, unlike chickens. Chickens, it's a somewhat controlled environment. Ducks, they sometimes will make a nest out of the straw. Whoa, see, the geese are onto something. Yeah, so they sometimes will make a nest out of the straw, and they'll have 3 or 4 eggs in that nest. Typically, they drop an egg wherever they want. This egg I found right here in the orchard. It's so dirty if you really look at it. And that's another thing about the eggs. They're so dirty all the time. You have to spend a long time to just clean all the duck eggs compared with chicken eggs. If you have some nice straw inside your nesting boxes with chickens and they lay an egg and then you collect the eggs every day, very seldom they get so dirty. Ducks are different. So it sometimes takes you a little bit of time to go around on an Easter egg hunt to find all your duck eggs. Thanks for watching the video, folks. I hope I haven't scared you away from raising ducks, because they can be fun. They're very comical. I love watching them in the orchard. They do a good job for us here too, because what they do while they're fertilizing everything is they eat a lot of the insects that would be attacking the trees. So they're doing a good job for us here at the farm. But that being said, ducks are not for everyone, that's for sure. Now, if you're not already subscribed, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We do a whole lot of things about farming and homesteading. We have ducks, chickens, geese. We have a couple of Old English sheepdogs. We got a couple of mini pigs. We got rabbits. And it's really a lot of fun. There's a bunch of barn cats always hanging around, keeping me company. And we really appreciate you joining us on our journey here and following along on our story. And if you're interested in watching another video here, I have a nice episode all about the reasons why ducks are actually better than chickens on a homestead. So take a look, I'll put it up on the screen, and thanks for watching.